Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Have you ever wondered what train melodies were? Or how often babies blink? We'll find that out and more. Get ready to be mind blown by these unbelievable facts that will leave you speechless. Now, on to the facts. Train melodies are the short musical tones played when a train is arriving or departing from a station. While some trains use the same melody for both arrival and departure, many trains have different melodies intended to relax passengers as the journey begins or alert them to the coming departure from the train. Edward I, King of England from 1272 to 1307, was known as Edward Longshanks due to his height. Although only 1.88 meters tall and hardly a giant by modern standards, he was extremely tall for his time and towered over many of his subjects. Birds and bats may both fly, but whereas birds flap their forelimbs, akin to a human flapping their entire arm, bats flap their very specialized long digits, akin to a human flapping just their hands. James Doohan, best known as the actor who portrayed the Chief Engineer Montgomery Scotty Scott on Star Trek, was also a military man who served as both an infantryman and pilot for the Royal Canadian Artillery in World War II. Creating honey is a laborious process for honeybees. To create 0.45 kilograms or 1 pound of honey requires the hive to visit approximately 2.6 million flowers and collectively fly around 80,000 kilometers or 50,000 miles. An acorn is a linguistic error in which the user mistakenly alters a word or phrase for a similar sounding word or phrase in their dialect, such as saying for all intensive purposes instead of for all intents and purposes. The triangular interior underside of a horse's hooves, the portion located inside the curved area of horseshoes, is called the frog and serves the important function of helping cushion the hooves, shock absorption, as well as circulating blood through the horse's legs. The first left-handed U.S. president was James Garfield, and the most recent left-handed president was Barack Obama. Between the two, there was also Harry S. Truman, Gerald Ford, Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, and Bill Clinton. The tiny holes found in numerous brands of crackers are there to help steam escape from the cracker during the baking process. If the holes are too close together, the cracker will end up being extra dry and hard, and if they're too far apart, parts of the cracker will rise and form undesirable little bubbles on the surface of the cracker. Bug zappers aren't just a tacky backyard decoration, they're extremely unhygienic too. Researchers found that microscopic particles of the vaporized insects, along with the bacteria and viruses on their bodies, were ejected in a roughly 2-meter circle around the devices, coating any nearby people or food in the process. Stainless steel is a rust-resistant alloy of steel that is, at minimum, 10.5% chromium by mass. In Spanish-speaking countries, the horror film Friday the 13th and its sequels are all called Martes 13, which would translate back into English as Tuesday the 13th. In Spanish culture, Tuesday the 13th is regarded with the same dim view and superstitious beliefs about ill luck that we have about Friday the 13th. The eulachon, a fish found in the Pacific Northwest, is a slender but very fatty fish known as the candlefish, due to the way indigenous people would dry the fish and then burn them as a candle-like source of light. Cats have a very precise method of walking, called direct registering, wherein their hind paws fall almost exactly into the place their forepaws did a moment before. This method of walking minimizes noise and visible tracks while ensuring more stable footing as the place has already been felt out by the forepaws. Stone crabs regenerate their large meaty claws, and fishermen don't harvest the whole crab, but just one and sometimes both of their claws, returning the crabs to the sea so that they can harvest them again at a later date. Unlike Earth, which has a solid inner core composed of iron and nickel, and a liquid mantle composed of viscous silicate materials. Chile Uranus has a solid inner core composed of iron, nickel, and silicates, and a solid mantle composed of water, ammonia, and methane ices. The 5 interlocked rings that serve as the symbol of the Olympic Games represent the inhabited continents of the world: Africa, Asia, Europe, North and South America, and Oceania. Alliteracy is a term used by reading specialists to denote someone who has the ability to read but is unwilling or uninterested in doing so, as opposed to someone who is illiterate and incapable of reading. The majority of people with cat allergies are not allergic to the actual fur itself, as commonly believed, but to proteins in the cat's saliva, which just happen to be on the cat fur as a result of feline grooming habits, urine, and dander, which are dried flakes of skin. It is a widespread misconception that dogs are colorblind. Dogs only have 2 types of cone receptors, or specialized groups of cells in the eye that perceive color, so they don't see color with the same range and vividness as humans do, but they do see the world in color. The shortest Oscar acceptance speech comes to us courtesy of then 16-year-old Patty Duke, who, in response to winning the 1962 Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her role in The Miracle Worker, simply picked up the award, said "thank you," and left the stage. In the 1942 movie Casablanca, the plane in the iconic final scene is not a real plane at all, but a proportionate cardboard model in the background. The studio hired little people actors to play the role of the personnel around the plane to give the illusion that it was full size, then used creative camera work and a fog machine to make the plane look convincingly real. There is a strong chance that people allergic to natural rubber latex are also allergic to bananas, avocados, kiwis, and chestnuts due to the similarity between the proteins found in each. The word click, spelled with a K, is military shorthand for kilometer. So if you hear someone say 10 clicks, it will be 10 kilometers. Although there is no agreed upon origin for the term, it is believed to have originated in either World War I or the Vietnam War. The iconic sound of Darth Vader breathing is trademarked and described in the official documentation as the sound of rhythmic mechanical human breathing created by breathing through a scuba tank regulator. Dolphins and other sea-dwelling mammals do not drink seawater to meet their water needs, but instead get their water from their food and as a byproduct of internal metabolic processes when breaking down food. Like humans, dogs have 2 sets of teeth in their lifetime: 28 baby teeth, which they lose by around 4 months of age, and 42 adult teeth. The clan Tartan of Clan McDuck, the ancestral clan of Disney character Scrooge McDuck, is officially registered as MacDuck with the Scottish Registry of Tartans, and a woven sample has been preserved in the National Records of Scotland. The first recorded death of a human being by the hands of a robot, albeit not one with artificial intelligence of any sort, occurred in 1979 when a robotic arm at a Ford factory struck and killed a worker. Babies blink way less than adults, averaging 1 to 2 blinks per minute. The rate of blinking slowly increases over time until by adolescence, they are blinking at the same rate as adults. There we have it, 30 amazing facts to make your day. Thank you for watching. What fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. As always, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for more fascinating content. Until next time, stay curious and you have a great day.